Hi, I'm Aimee.
And I'm Marian.
And together we have decided that Natural Curiosity needs to take the dive into the ever-changing world of technology, which is a passion for both me and Marian.
Yes.
And we know that technology nowadays can be so overwhelming. We get asked questions all the time. So we decided to create tools, tips, and technology to help take that overwhelm away that we know all of you guys could be feeling from having to work from home. And so we're going to be providing you with different tools that are going to be great resources for you, tips that are going to help you out and to make it easier, and some awesome technology that is coming out soon. So you're not going to want to miss this conversation. So go ahead and dive in, hit that subscribe button and the bell so you get notified every time we upload a new tools, tips, and technology video.
And this is a conversation that we are all going to have together. So leave us comments, ask us questions, and let's do this together. Thanks, Aimee. We can't wait to see y'all.
And hello.
Hello. It is an exciting Tuesday morning.
Yeah, we're going to be creating, we're going to be talking about creating graphics. I don't think we're actually going to do it today, but this is the Tools, Tips, and Technology Show with Aimee and Marian, and we absolutely are in love with having you here with us. Hey, yeah. Aimee.
Hey, Marian, how are you?
You know, I am rolling today.
Yeah, rolling. I like it. So, Marian, I know you create most of the graphics for Tools, Tips, and Technology that we show, before our show, which are gorgeous graphics. So I'm so excited to dive into this conversation today because I know you use some different graphic, what is it? What is the word, Marian, that I'm looking for? You use different graphic platforms
and tools
to create
and technology. There you go.
It is a tongue twister Tuesday morning for me. But I know that you use a lot of different ones than I do, and the one that we share in common is Canva. And so I'm excited to learn about some of the other ones because I've heard you talk about them and I've researched them, but I haven't used them. So I'm going to be like all of our listeners and viewers today and just oohing and ahhing over all the information that Marian's going to give us. So I'm just excited to dive in. Marian, so what platform would you like to talk about first?
Well, I'm just as excited as you are because you use stuff that I've heard of it, like you said, but I've never tried it. So I'd like to start with that one, Adobe Spark.
Oh, okay.
What is that? I mean, it's kind of sparky. I mean, what is that?
Yes, you know it. Sparky like our personalities, that's for sure. So Adobe Spark is Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator, all of those. It's their version of Canva, but you can use it on your phone. Like now you can use Canva on your phone and there's not different tools, but for me, when I adjusted from Canva on the computer to my phone, it's a lot easier on the computer for me than my phone, just to be honest. But the Adobe Spark is just Adobe's version of Canva. It's completely free. It's mobile friendly, so you can use it on your phone. And it has already the templates kind of created and the layouts and the sizes that you need. But you can just kind of add your own kind of flavor to it, and you can do 3D writing, and you can have motion in your graphics. You can have all those things. You can also take the backgrounds out. It's similar to Canva in a sense. It's just if you're a big Adobe lover and you love Photoshop and Illustrator, then you should definitely jump on board and do Adobe Spark. It's very user-friendly and intuitive. It's not very difficult to use. You can literally go in there, drag and drop. It'll help you in maybe like, oh, well, this might look better. There are options for you to do that. So it's one of the friendly ones that I like. And it is the price tag that I like, which is free. I love a price tag that's free. So I will jump on those opportunities anytime.
Yeah, because Photoshop is not free.
No.
Just the education alone is a lot of money, right?
Gosh, yes, it is. I mean, it's worth it because there's so much you can do with Photoshop and all. It's good to go through the training because you learn the shortcuts and the shortcuts save you time. But still, I mean, that it could, break budgets. That's a true statement. So I love free price tags. And so I jumped all over it when it was free. And so I like it. They each offer their own different flavors. It's Spark has more of for me, the crisp coloring and imagery and motion and stuff, and I can really get immersed in it, and Canva does the same thing, but in a different way. They have, for me, better graphics, enticing in that sense. And so I jump back and forth between them both. But Adobe Spark is just the Adobe version of Canva.
Okay, so I went over to spark.adobe.com, which is the link that you gave us, which will be down in the description, by the way, after the show's over. And it came up with welcome to Adobe Spark, and then it says continue with. So it's continue with Google, Facebook, Apple, email, Adobe ID, teacher, login with school account or class code. So in order to even see it, they're making me do some kind of a login.
Yeah, well, I use my Google one. It was just easy. It hooked up to my business. But if you want, I can share the one that I have. I don't have.
Would you mind just taking us a minute and just kind of giving us an overview?
Yeah, sure. We're gonna have side music here in a minute.
Oh. Would you like me to go first?
No, it's okay. I think she's
tame the tigers.
I think she's leaving me alone at the moment. Okay, so Marian, if you could share it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yay. So this is what the inside will look like. So I just created one with my Google one. It's not the one that I use for like my business or anything. But if you can see up here at the top, it has the different formats that you can pick in the layout. And I like, for me,
okay,
I like how it gives you the outline of it. So you know.
Okay, good.
You know? And then you can slide through what you want. If you want to do a custom size, branding, slideshow, presentation, whatever. And then it has some other templates down below that you can pick from and kind of edit your own. So it's similar to Canva in that sense. Then you can kind of just move along. So like if we wanted to pick the first day of 3rd grade, we could try it out.
Aimee.
Yes.
This is a perfect opportunity for us to describe a little bit more about how people can learn from us, the people that are actually using this software. You have a PR firm. I do a business mastermind. You have other things going on for authors, and I have private clients that I work with, and I create their graphics and whatnot. And so we're working with this technology, and I know that you would like some real instructions on how to do it, not just an overview. So Aimee, tell us what we need to do to get them over there.
Yeah, so if you would like to have a dive in kind of behind the scenes look and be able to learn what we're doing step by step, and me and Marian walk you through it, then head on over to Patreon and sign up for our training and tutorials, and we take a deep dive. We start with the basics, and then we dive a little bit deeper into the advanced, and then, you know, we help you. You're more than welcome to send us emails about a specific issue that you're having that maybe you want to learn a little bit more about, and me and Marian will create a tutorial video for you that will guide you through, so that way you're not overwhelmed, because many of you, like Marian, haven't used Adobe Spark before, and it's one of those, it's second nature to me and Marian. We can dive in and go and do it. So we are creating tutorials to help you out. So that way it kind of will make the transition smooth, and these new technologies and platforms that are coming out that are great for you to use in any aspect that you're doing, business-wise, personal, whatever. These are great resources. So we are doing tutorials and everything like that. And you can head on over to the Natural Curiosity Patreon page and sign up, and you will get a tutorial a week for however long, as long as we keep creating tutorials, which Lord knows me and Marian can do forever. So,
you know, there's something new coming out all the time, and people want to dive into it. So I also want people to know that you can let us know what you want to learn, because I take that on as a challenge. Okay, you want to learn some new technology? Ooh, I'll go learn it first, and then I'll teach you how to do it, because it's much easier than to try to figure out, well, they're saying to click here, but that button's not here for me, you know.
I've had that happen where I'm like, this is not, my screen does not look the same, and it's like a different version or something like that. So we're trying to help in that overwhelm for sure.
Yeah. All right. So that was Adobe Spark, which I put that on our list. I want to learn that. So you're gonna teach it.
Let me make
it. The next one that I want to talk about is something that Aimee just mentioned, and that is something that Adobe has created, which is Photoshop. Okay, it's expensive, and you have to learn it. There's lots of learning involved in that. Well, let's say you really want to learn all that, but you don't have the budget right now. Guess what? I'm going to show you a website that somebody has created that's just like it. Only guess what? It's free.
Oh, I love it. See, you had me at free, Marian. You had me at free. That's like my price tag. I love it.
Yes. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to show you photo. Where is it? No, that's not it. I'm looking around here. Photo. I should have done this before. Where is it? I know I have it up here. There. No, that's not it. Okay, well, find it, Marian. Photopia.
Nice.
I guess Photopia.
I like Photopia. I like it.
Okay. All right. I'm sure that's not how you do it, but look, if you have ever seen Photoshop, let me get rid of this thing at the top here. This is why I need Aimee in here so she can be doing other stuff while I'm babbling away over here. There we go. If you've ever seen Photoshop, you can tell this looks just like it, right? Now, it may be hard for you to see the whole thing, but up here, there's the same exact tools that Photoshop has.
Nice.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, that's awesome.
And it's free. Now, if you did something in Photoshop, or let's say somebody sent you a graphic in Photoshop and you want to add something to it, well, they can open that. They can open up a Photoshop or Illustrator or any of those PDFs. They can open anything. I'm just amazed, really. I'm like, oh, I got to dive in here.
That's awesome.
All right. So we've talked about Adobe Spark and we've talked about Photopia. Now I want to back up a little bit and I want to talk about, I'm just going to make us bigger here so you can see our graphic. This is the look that we have when we're doing graphics. One of the things that you can consider when you're trying to share your message with the world is how is it going to look to the other people? So if you're focusing on, say, politics, see, I went there, Aimee. I went there. I wasn't supposed to. Religion, politics, whatever. There is a place for that. I don't think it's on Facebook, but if you think it is, okay. I want to show you a graphic that I made this morning because I was frustrated about people putting their hate out there. Okay. Now I want to tell you that there are times and places for things. And I just think that if you choose your main page on Facebook to create this kind of graphic, that it should be family friendly, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, then you're getting into different, there's a social media etiquette, and it's kind of one of those things, even when you're creating graphics and stuff, there's still an etiquette to it. And it's one of those, we try to steer away from politics and religion in the author community, unless that's what your book is about. And so most of our graphics kind of entice conversation and different avenues to get the conversation started about their book. But when creating them, you do want to keep children in mind, even if your book is not for children, because you still have parents and stuff like that out there. And it's one of those why we also recommend staying away from politics and religion, is because it creates a talking point on your comment threads that maybe you don't necessarily want. You're going to get different views and opinions and stuff like that.
And maybe that's what they're looking for. Maybe they're looking for that, some people really like that, they whatever. But the reason I even bring this up is because it made me want to build a graphic. Okay. It made me want to go over to Canva and create something to release some of the stress that I had about how I felt. Okay.
Yeah.
And so this is about Canva now, okay? So we're going to go over here. Let me make this a little bigger. Okay, so here's what I created. Helpful advice. Go toward what you want instead of being against what is not wanted. Your hate is showing, people. Now, whether I put this out on Facebook or not, because it's geared towards somebody who said something really hateful this morning, I don't think I will, because that's just the type of person I am. I may create it, but it's for me. It's for me. So I want you to see how I did this.
Well, how long did it take you to do, Marian? That's what I want to know. Is how long did it take you to do?
I'm glad you asked that, because just look up at the ones that I created before. So I started with a lady who, Lady Lou and I were interviewing about homeschooling, because when COVID first started, a lot of people were doing homeschooling. So so I thought, oh, it's kind of looking like, something you would write on, a postcard or a piece of paper that you would have in school.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And so I created little circles for our pictures, our names here. And then I used a really cool homeschooling type of font and some kids and books, so to me, it was a good graphic.
Oh yeah, that definitely looks like homeschooly. Like, I love it. It really looks like the kids are like looking up at the writing. I'm like really amazed by that whole thing. I'm like, oh my gosh, I never would have thought of that. I love it.
So this is Canva, and it was really easy to create. And so we will go into this if you're part of our technology training sessions that we're doing. We'll teach you how to do this. But the next one, I was Lady Lou and I were interviewing somebody else, and it was Cynthia. She does cooking, healthy cooking.
Wonderful.
And so I just used the same template that I had created. I added different words, different little images, and different font, and that was it. So that's when you say, how long did it take you, Marian? Well, not very long. All I did was
Did you get all those images in Canva?
Everything I did in Canva.
Oh, right. So you didn't have to bring any outside images or anything. That's wonderful.
Nothing.
I love that. That's one of the beauties I think about Canva is like you can go to Shutterstock and get your own photos and upload it if you really want to. But they have so many options. And then they have, if you're the premium member and you pay for it, you get different options. But they have so many that are free. And even if you pay for a graphic, Marian, it's not going to break your bank. It's $1. It's literally $1 if you want a certain graphic. And that's what I find is so amazing is they are very budget friendly. I mean, you can spend $5, say, and you bought some images for a graphic, download it, and it's a beautiful one that you can repurpose. So that $5 that you may have spent goes, a long way. I mean, it could last you years, because you can always reuse them. So I love it.
Yes. So I want to show you, this was a show that Lady Lou, this lady right here, this beautiful Louise Dewey, she and I created a show, and these were just some of the graphics that we created. So I want to just show you the same area. Okay, so some of the things that you could do in Canva. It was easy. I already had the structure. It was called Reset for Success. That was our show name. We interviewed people like Red O'Loughlin, which I know you know, Aimee.
I do. I love Red.
I know. But as you can tell, now this one was kind of hot and spicy, okay?
Nice.
But here, they were talking about, take that, COVID. It was an air machine that kills the COVID virus. And so so you see how easy it is to create some of these. I'm sure you can't see how it's done, but you can see that it was easy for us to do it for our show.
So you're talking, Marian, it probably takes you 5, maybe 15 minutes to create a graphic?
It depends, Aimee. If I already know ahead of time exactly what I'm going to create, then I know our color scheme and I know the name of the show and things like that. So there's a lot that goes into it. If I'm creating something brand new for a new client, it may take me longer, 20, 30 minutes to come up with an idea and then go and find the different things, which leads me to the next thing we're going to talk about, and that is going to get other things to bring into Canva. Okay. Canva doesn't have everything, even though they try.
Yeah, they're pretty close, though. They're pretty close to having everything, but not it's not 100% one-stop destination. I do agree with that.
Right.
So where are we going next?
Well, I wanted to talk a little bit about Picmonkey because I've seen it. I actually went there. I kind of fiddled around with it, and I know it cost money, and I was already paying for Canva, so I decided not to do it, but it looked interesting, and you use it, so I wanted you to talk about it.
I do. So I just recently started using it, and I do the basic one, which is $7.99 a month. And what it is I can download images and stuff like that, but I can edit them at the same time, which is what I like. I'm still getting familiar with it, but I will say I love it. Absolutely love it.
Now tell me why, if you have everything you need in Canva, why did you go to pay an extra $7 or $8 in Picmonkey? What was it that drew you in?
So for me, I like the touch-up tools. So if I create a graphic or something and say that it's pixelated, or I pull something in and I want to blur it out but touch up certain areas,
Yes.
I have the capability of doing that. And that's where I had no idea about Photopia, because I would have just gone to that one. But it's one of the things that I like for that. And they have different fonts. Like I know Canva has, I believe it's Canva. I do so many that I forget, where you can upload fonts that you download. But they have like just different ones that I find that, because I don't always want to go to like 1,001 fonts or the fonts and download, because then I go down rabbit holes. I don't know if you've noticed, Marian. I'll get on a site and go down rabbit holes, and then it's like next thing I know I got 15 fonts, and then I'm like, oh crap, which was the one I wanted? You know, like I can't remember. And then I go down another rabbit hole trying to find it. So this one just has a lot of the fonts that I liked that were different. You know, could do 3D and neon, and it didn't look like I was trying to make the neon happen.
I loved what you said about the touch-up. That makes a big difference, because Canva doesn't allow you to do any touch-up. It'll let you, create maybe a kind of an effect on something, but there's no touch-ups there.
No, there's not. And the beauty of it too is, like, if you want to do the pro or the business one, they have where you can remove the backgrounds, and you can upload your own fonts, and you can create the different templates and stuff. I mean, I do the basic one, which gives me the touch-ups, because I can always go to a different remove background site and then import it in, but the touch-ups and trimming videos and fonts and stuff is really kind of what got me. And I like having a variety of places that I can go and see what graphics might fit better and what options other ones have that maybe don't necessarily meet what I need sometimes.
Okay. So this is the Picmonkey. It's picmonkey.com that she's talking about. And same thing, if you want to really get in here, you're going to sign in with your Google or your website, your email. They do have a free trial, but there's not like a free version. You have to pay. And is $7.99, is that that's lowest?
The basic one. Yeah, that one's the basic one. And then there's the pro, which is $12.99 if you want to do that one. Yeah.
And you're saying if you create graphics, this would be a good one to add to your.
Yeah, this would definitely be a good one to add to the budget that you're setting for graphics. I would definitely add this one for sure.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. So the next one that I'd like to talk about is actually there's three. These are three places that Aimee and I go to get pictures and graphics to start with. Okay. So a lot of times when you're creating graphics, you might want to start with a photo. So the first place, and it's free for commercial use, and anything that you want to do is Unsplash. It's one of my favorites. So now you can see that you can come here and you can check out just about anything you're looking for, textures and patterns, which I think is so awesome. Sometimes I just want to start with a pattern or a texture.
Nice. It's free though. Like you don't have, like in Shutterstock, you have
free.
To pay.
Free, completely free.
I never go into Shutterstock and pay it.
Oh. No
okay.
More.
All right.
Free.
No more.
All right. Another one that I absolutely love is Pexels. Pexels. And one of the reasons I love it so much is because you can come over here and say you want the orientation to be vertical or horizontal. So I do a lot now. I'm trying out TikTok. And so TikTok is all vertical. So if I'm going to start with something, I'm going to start with something that's vertical already, right?
Right.
Okay. And then you could start with the size. Let's say you're really looking for things that are green. Well, if you, I mean, it's cool because you can just start with something that you know is already part of what you're doing.
Right.
I love pixels. All right, another one that's very popular, and you probably already heard of, is Pixabay. Pixabay is lovely because you can go straight to vectors or illustrations. Like if you really like this type of graphic to start with, my goodness, you can put anything you want on these signs. You can start with something right here on Pixabay.
Wow. I love it.
I know, right?
That's
so
awesome.
Pexels, Pixabay, and Unsplash are my go-tos.
I love that.
Woo, girl, I'm telling you.
I should have done that. I've been over here going to Shutterstock and paying, my monthly fee to get.
Okay, wait a minute, Aimee. There are times when you cannot find a free one, and you do have, for clients who have a very expensive taste, or they're very particular about what they're looking for, and you can't find it on one of those, sometimes you do have to go to the paid places, and I've done the same thing.
Yeah.
Some of the clients that I've had in the past, none that I have right now, thank goodness, are so particular that they want to have like a receipt that they paid for it, just in case somebody sues them someday, type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously. So yes, there are times when you might want to go, and your go-to is what now?
My go-to is Shutterstock. That's
Shutterstock, see?
Yeah. That's my go-to for that one. But now that I know about these other ones, though, I'm going to go check them out. Oh my goodness, can't even pay my monthly fee and I could go and get free images. I'm going to have to look it up. I know that Wix has an Unsplash. I've just never dived into it. Like they have access to Unsplash too. I've just never dived into it. And now I'm, over here kicking myself. Like
now you're diving. Now you're diving.
I know. Why did I dive into this, Aimee? What's your problem? Oh my goodness. Crazy.
Oh dear. Okay, so we're running real close on time here. So I just want to talk a little bit about, could you share your screen? Because I know you're not logged in. Can you share your screen on patreon.com/naturalcuriosity? I want to talk to you all about this. Now, this is coming up September 1st, which is us a few days away, just a few days away. And we want you to be able to come in and be part of our community where we're actually going to teach you step by step any technology that you want to learn. We're going to start with something that Aimee is in love with, and that is
Wix. I am in love with Wix. And so that is going to be one of our first go abouts in our training. I can't get it to pull up. Hold on. One of our first go abouts. And so that's what I'm super excited about.
Okay, good. Well, we have somebody in the audience here. It's Louise. We were talking about you today. Did you hear it? She says, thank you, Marian, LaSalle, and Aimee. And Aimee, pronounce your last name for us.
Oh, Ravichandran is my last name.
Not a bad thing. Ravichandran, I can do that. For letting us know all about the wonderful graphic software. So much of it free. Yay. I know. I love free. It doesn't always work out exactly. But one of the things that I do love about things like Canva is that it has a free version. But they soon show you that it would be cheaper to use their paid version than to go to pay for images.
You get sucked in because they're like, oh, you have to have the premium for this. And you're like, but I really like that graphic, And I'm like, well, okay, I'll just do it. I'm one of those. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to share this. Let me make us bigger here. There we go. So Natural Curiosity is something that I came up with because you just can't possibly pin us down, can you, Aimee? We're out there diving into these things. And we have, I think it's down below. I think it's, I think you have to go one more. Okay, so this is, I can't even read it. It's so small.
Technology Tutorial Club. Do you want me to read the description?
Yeah, because I can't read it. It's too small.
Okay. Finally, relief from technology overwhelm. Creators and business owners are people, and people need training on the tools that help them make a difference. Going it alone can be overwhelming, which all of us know. Me and Marian feel the overwhelm also. So we're here to help you. So me and Marian are going to be creating the tutorials and different trainings to help you guys with the, platforms and technology and everything that we talk about on our show. We're also going to dive in and do some tutorials and training for you, so you guys can also utilize what we're talking about and not have it be so overwhelming and unfamiliar and nervous to dive in. We want you guys to try out these platforms, give it a go, because we love them and we've tried out many of them. And so this is our way of making sure that we can be with you every step of the way and just keep that overwhelm away, so you guys can, dive into this amazing technology that is at our fingertips that can help you grow in any aspect that you're looking to grow in. So that's really what the Technology Training Club is all about.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, well, we'll just remove that right now, and we'll come to you live and in person, knowing that we care whether your business succeeds or not, whether you're an author writing a book or you're a business consultant. It doesn't matter what it is you're doing. There's technology involved, and we want to help you get over that. We want to help you get over the overwhelm, as Aimee said. That is not fun.
No.
We got enough stress in our life. So come on in, be part of our group. We'll take good care of you.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Well, we made it another week. Now, next week will be part 2 of creating graphics. So be sure and share this information with your friends and your family and your neighbors and anybody you run into. There's a show called Tools, Tips, and Technology. You need to see it.
Oh, my goodness.
Thank you, Aimee.
I love it.
Till next time.
Yeah.
You guys have a good day. You have a good week, and we'll see you down the road.
Yeah. Bye, everyone.